London, the capital of our kingdom, the country that was built on the foundation of Christian church, has turned into a multicultural nightmare, as we have a situation where Ramadan is more important than Easter. Welcome back to the show, ladies and gentlemen, and happy Easter. Indeed, let's focus on the reality, what's going on in London, the capital city of our country. Sadiq Khan is mayor. We talk about Sadiq Khan every now and then on this channel, as you guys know. He hasn't really had a good legacy, has he? But the problem that we have is that London has a number of areas that is all about symbolism. For example, Regent Street and Oxford Street in London are symbolic places when it comes to decorations. So when it comes to Christmas, those roads have the Christmas lights and decorations and various celebrations and events, even Pride, London Pride every year. So it's a very important area and alongside all the other areas that we have in London. Now, this year, the Easter weekend right now, at the same time, we have Ramadan. Somehow, the mayor of London and local authorities in the capital decided to focus on Ramadan. So, in central London, specifically the roads I mentioned, Oxford Street and Regent Street, they've decided to primarily focus on Ramadan. And they got the Ramadan lights and all the decorations, as you can see in these photos, and nothing about Easter. What happened to Easter? It's Easter weekend. And also, I understand that whether we like it or not, we are now living in this multicultural nightmare and this progressive world, and we have to be nice. Let's be nice and tolerant. Fine. You are free. It's a free country. You could do whatever you want. You could celebrate whatever you want. But I'm not really sure if it's right to have a minority view being imposed on the majority. And the way they are throwing it in your face is a bit too much, and that is a problem I have. Not only that, we found this video from Tower Bridge. Most of you have seen Tower Bridge, probably visited Tower Bridge in the past. This is a situation we now have in London on Tower Bridge, where Muslim clerics or leaders, they basically do their own, very publicly and loudly doing their prayers, mainly because it's Ramadan. Okay, imagine being a tourist visiting London for the first time and you go on Tower Bridge. Whether you're from like a European country, like what's going on here, or those who actually, there are also the legitimate political refugees or migrants who leave the Middle East and the Arab countries because they're sick and tired of the whole thing, and they come here and say, well, I thought I left Saudi Arabia. Why am I still in Saudi Arabia? Why is it that they prioritize the Tower Bridge, especially when it comes to the pavement section? It's very restricted. It's quite narrow. They're blocking. They got security looking after that man. It's the same country that if you stand as a woman or a man on a pavement silently praying, you will be arrested if you're a Christian. But you could do that and you'll be fine. Why can't that guy goes and do it privately? They also have enough mosques in this country built over the last few years. Why can't you just do it? Why do you have to throw it in our face? It's a really technical version of Islamic virtue signaling to be like, hey, we are who we are. And the reality is, the reason this is happening is hardwired in that ideology, because the whole ideology is based on spreading Islam. And throughout history, they've done it differently. Sometimes by just preaching, sometimes by invading countries. Look what happened in Spain for decades and centuries. And of course, in other countries that were not really by nature Islamic countries like Persia or Iran, they also invaded. They have to do. They have to use any method to spread the Islam and the Islamic ideology. That is the end goal. Until Britannia changes, they're not gonna stop. And I'm not really saying that they're all militant in that sense, but it's just hardwired. It's a political ideology based on activism. At best, they will just do preaching, and that's still against what the foundation of this country is about. It's Christian church. It's supposed to have Christian church, while at the same time a secular country. But all that will get out of the window if you actually do not counter this mentality. Anyway, let me know what you think and focus on your families and your Easter weekend. I'm Mahyar Tousi and we are the media.